Resogun is a special game to a lot of people. It was one of the few games to launch alongside the PlayStation 4 and was the debut PlayStation Plus offering for the next generation, making the game free for many early adopters. Several months later, European developer Housemarque has released a Heroes expansion, as well as a free update which has a shipbuilder and retooled arcade balancing. The short version is that you should absolutely support Housemarque with your hard-earned money, but the long version is a bit more complicated.
Multiplier up.
To start, things are a bit different this time around. On top of the added survival, demolition, and local co-op modes, Resogun has tweaked many of the game's attributes, including weapon power, enemy intelligence, special score capping, and overall difficulty. The game is a lot harder than it was previously, and that is due in large part to the way that the 3 available weapons all have about the same power, whereas previously they had more power to make up for a higher learning curve. For example, the Phobos weapon is no longer the powerhouse it once was, yet still fires incredibly slowly and without homing. Enemies also tail you better and have more devious projectile patterns, which at times turn Resogun into a bullet hell shooter that has you narrowly avoiding a slew of orange pellets. Sometimes with the new enemy patterns, it seems like they will spawn on top of you, which I felt led to a few cheap deaths. Upon closer inspection, this isn't usually the case, and could be attributed to an overload of information rather than a true low blow. The UI has been greatly improved, particularly when displaying humans which need rescuing. Indicators are given that display normally saved humans, and ones that require a special set of circumstances to free. Despite these adjustments, the pacing of the first area is still off. I regularly find myself making a mad dash to the backside of the stage, or deploying a screen-clearing bomb trying to find anything I can hit to keep my multiplier going, and higher difficulty levels only exacerbate this. Other than these tweaks, arcade mode is largely the same affair, and with the new shipbuilder mode you can completely customize the ship's attributes to suit your needs. The new survival mode is the real draw of the Heroes expansion, as it sets you in an endless run through waves of increasingly difficult enemies. Humans also function differently, parachuting from the sky to offer power-ups, rather than needing to be collected and deposited in motherships. These power-ups include the standard bomb, weapon, and shield upgrades, as well as time-bending, speed-boosting new additions, which tip the odds in your favor. This new mode is straight up addictive, and gave me the same feeling of wanting to climb the leaderboards and beat my friends' scores that the original arcade mode did. It's a bona fide survival mode that doesn't betray the traditional gameplay that Resogun offers. The flip side of the coin is the Demolition Mode, which functions very differently. You can no longer fire a weapon, and rely only on charging explosions from your ship which catapult cannonballs around the stage to destroy objects and enemies. It functions like a warped, linear version of pinball, as you earn extra balls and angle your shots to be the most effective at destroying everything in your path. This mode is interesting at first, but quickly loses its luster as the pacing just isn't consistent. One moment you're dodging multiple balls and ducking enemies, only to have you slowly hunting down any remaining balls to get back into the action. It's a hit or miss mode that is a great idea, but ultimately feels counterintuitive to the fast and frantic nature of the main game. Even though I had my fun with the Demolition Mode and never looked back, the Survival Mode is a killer new addition to an already fantastic game, and the balancing update adds a breath of fresh air to the main arcade offering. This is a game to check out if you've enjoyed other games like the Housemarque flagship title Super Stardust and the bullet hell shooter Ikaruga. Demolition Mode might even appeal to pinball fans with an open mind. Long story short, if you own a PlayStation 4 and you aren't playing Resogun, then this game absolutely deserves a shot in your digital library.